Welcome back to the sanctuary of the untold, the only corner of the digital universe where we pause the relentless spin of headlines to hear the quiet rhythms beneath the noise. You are watching Turkish series stars. In the roaring theater of Turkish showbiz, silence is a luxury few dare to buy. We are used to romances that flare up like fireworks over the Bosphorus, dazzling, public, and gone by sunrise. We are trained to watch love stories unfold in captions and carefully arranged photos, to chase clues hidden in glances and intertwined hands. But every so often, a pair steps out of the algorithm's script and writes their own. They remind us that the most resilient bonds are not shouted into the echo chamber, they are guarded, cultivated, whispered into being where cameras cannot intrude. For months, an electric rumor has crackled through the industry, skipping from makeup trailers to agency corridors and back again. It circles two of the most magnetic figures of their generation, the composed, intense Gökberk Yildirim and the radiant, spirited Cemre. Their on-screen spark drew in viewers across continents, but it is the private harmony off-set that has inspired the most breathless speculation. They have walked a careful line, offering the world crumbs while protecting the feast. Where others post, they pause. Where others perform, they preserve. And that choice has only deepened the intrigue surrounding them. Today, the quiet is broken, not by scandal, but by a milestone. Reports are pouring in from Istanbul's most trusted avenues. This elusive duo has reached a turning point. Whispers speak of a family summit, of names and histories gathered under one roof, of a considered step toward permanence. This is not the chemistry of a set, this is the architecture of a future. Tonight on Turkish series stars, we open that private door a crack. We will explore the psychology behind their silence, the weight of families uniting in this cultural moment, and the alchemy that arises when calm and fire meet in the same room. But before we walk further into this intimate chapter, a question for you, the lifeblood of our community: is secrecy the key to lasting love in the world of fame? Or does openness stop the rumor mill before it starts? If you value these deeper dives into the hearts behind the headlines, make sure you're subscribed to Turkish series stars. And for those who want to walk even closer with us, the join button is waiting below. Your support keeps our lights glowing and our stories alive. To grasp the magnitude of what is unfolding, we must first appreciate the strategy that brought us here. Gökberk Yildirim and Cemre have not merely been dating, they have conducted a masterclass in restraint. In an era where oversharing is a default setting for celebrity, their discipline borders on revolutionary. Their shared appearances have been rare, purposeful, almost clinical in their precision. The absence of impromptu photo ops, of performative affection under the flashbulbs, is not evidence of distance, it's reverence. It's a choice to let something fragile become strong before handing it to the wind. Cynics have scoffed at their quiet, arguing that if love isn't posted, it doesn't exist. But the murmurs rising today suggest the opposite. This silence was not a void, it was a foundation being poured, layer by patient layer. Away from the chorus of opinions, a friendship forged in the long nights and high stakes of a television set grew into something steadier, richer, more rooted in real life than curated moments. The seed was planted out of sight, watered when no one was looking. And now, it seems, the branches are pushing outward toward the light. The headline that has shaken the entertainment world is simple yet seismic: the families have met. In some spheres, meeting the parents is a casual Tuesday. Here, it is a declaration of intent. It is the shift from us to we, the moment when two private paths begin to braid. According to those who swear they heard it from the inner circle, this was not a stiff, ceremonial negotiation. It was intimate. Warm. Remarkably relaxed. No velvet ropes, no staged arrivals, no strategic leaks, just good tea, soft laughter, and surnames learning to sit side by side. The chemistry did not stop with the couple, they say, it flowed across the table. This is why veterans of the industry, those who've seen whispers rise and fall 100 times, are now speaking with unusual confidence. An engagement seems not a question of if, but when. Both stars are standing tall in their careers, neither grasping for a headline to lift a slump. They aren't rushing toward a spotlight, they are walking toward a life. Family approval changes the stakes. Suddenly, the narrative expands from a two-person romance to an epic with elders and histories and traditions layered within it. It's the kind of moment that can anchor a couple's steps. Ask yourself, how much weight do your own families carry in the choices of your heart? Would you sail into marriage if the waters between the households remained rough? Tell us in the comments, your stories teach us as much as any source. And if this unfolding portrait of mature love moves you, tap like. It helps us bring this kind of soul-deep storytelling to others. If you want to be a vital part of our mission, the join button is more than a click, it's a seat at this table. Beyond that warm gathering, what captivates observers about Gökberk and Cemre is the psychological balance at play. Those closest to the pair describe a harmony of opposites. He is the anchor, calm, measured, protective, a planner who speaks about order with a sincerity that steadies the room. She is the spark. Luminous, kinetic, yet remarkably grounded, bringing color and momentum without chaos. When anchor meets spark, lesser couples combust. This pair calibrates. Her brilliance brightens his blueprint, his steadiness frames her light. Sources hint that this very balance reassured both families. They didn't see two stars, they saw two puzzle pieces clicking into place. Fans have labeled it a calm and mature love, the kind that's built to endure when the cameras cut and the sets go dark. The meeting was not a finish line, it was the opening bell. Those who linger at the edges of this circle say the conversation did not end when the dishes were cleared. Calls have continued. Check-ins are ongoing. The threads are being woven tighter. In the tabloid lexicon, sustained contact after a family introduction is as close to proof as they will ever admit. It signals that the evening wasn't small talk, it was scaffolding. The talk was of timing, of hopes, of homes. Despite grueling schedules, the couple has not let this momentum drift. In quiet moments with friends, Gökberk is said to speak often of order, the word he uses for a stable, domestic horizon. Cemre, for her part, has been frank about her desire to balance a soaring career with private joy. These are not the lines of a fling. These are blueprints unrolled across a kitchen table at midnight, corners held down by coffee cups and faith. Public reception has been overwhelmingly warm. In a landscape where fans can be fiercely possessive, this news has unfolded like a collective exhale. Comments glow with a single theme, this feels different. It reads as commitment, not a PR maneuver. Many praise the couple's privacy as exemplary, a reminder that modern celebrity doesn't have to equal permanent exposure. And yet, amid the applause, a new rumor has slipped into the current. Those same murmurers claim the couple is planning a brief escape in the coming months. A vacation might sound trivial, but symbolically, it's a chapter marker. A chance to shed the stress of set life, yes, but more importantly, a sacred pocket of time after the intensity of bringing families together. Time to speak without clocks, to let future plans settle into clarity. In the language of romance, a quiet getaway after a family summit often hums with the prelude to a proposal. It is no wonder that speculation about marriage has reached a fever pitch. And yet, at the eye of this storm, Gökberk and Cemre remain still. No press release. No glossy cover. No breathless caption. Their silence splits opinion. Some are certain everything is true and that the pair are waiting for the strategically perfect moment to share their joy. Others believe they are doubling down on protection, refusing to let public curiosity own even a corner of their happiness until it is sealed by promises no rumor can touch. Whatever the motive, one thing is plain. This relationship is unfolding with intention. While other pairings explode into the tabloids and burn out just as fast, this one moves like a vintage trained by patience, deeper, steadier, designed to last. Both have known the lessons of the past. Neither is naive. They want a foundation built of shared understanding, respect, and the kind of trust that doesn't need to be performed. Those watching from nearby say that the family gathering was never a whim. It was a planned step in a careful sequence. Colleagues have noticed shifts that only happiness can explain. On set, Gökberk carries a brighter energy, a sharper focus, a laugh that arrives quicker than it used to. Friends say Cemre seems calmer, as though a knot has loosened inside, her stride marked by assurance rather than urgency. These are the subtle changes that happen when two people start to breathe in rhythm, when life's noise fades and what matters comes forward. So we look ahead with a patient excitement. Perhaps a statement will arrive. Perhaps a ring will appear in the soft light of a casual photo. Perhaps nothing will be said at all. Perhaps the next time they speak, it will be with vows rather than captions. Whatever comes, the story is already beautiful. In a world that rewards volume, Gökberk Yildirim and Cemre Arda are proving that love can be quiet and still be unforgettable. The days to come will reveal the next notes of this song. Until then, we will honor their silence while celebrating their promise. Thank you for joining us for this special feature on Turkish series stars. If you're cheering for Gökberk and Cemre, tell us why in the comments, and share your own stories of love guarded and grown. Don't forget to tap join if you wish to support the channel and keep these heart-deep narratives alive. Until next time, may your own bonds be built on steady ground, and may patience guide every tender step you take.